how to create presentation slides with NotebookLM. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you how you can make your own presentation slides with NotebookLM. So let's get into it. So as you can see, I'm over here on NotebookLM and it's free to use. You can go ahead and sign up using your Google account and you should be good to go. Once you sign up, this is how it's going to look like. It's going to ask you to go ahead and create a note. As you can see, I've already created a notebook over here and it's pretty simple to do so. So you click on the create notebook, right? I'll actually go ahead and delete this, or actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to open all of this up since I already created this as an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open these up, or actually these are all sources. I wanted to, okay, so we're going to delete this and I'm going to show you how I created this. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and delete this, and now we're going to go ahead and create, right? So there are some examples over here like Google Research, The Atlantic, all these are also notebooks that you can go ahead and read, like over here. How do scientists link genetics to health, right? So you can see all these different sources right here are all compiled over here, and these are all the options that are available to you. This is Studio, right? You'll have all the options that are available, but this is a pre-built one. Let's go ahead and create our own. So we're going to go ahead and click on create a notebook. Now we need to go ahead and add our files over here and what we're searching for, right? So as the previous one, I want to create one on the dead internet theory, right? And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add all the stuff to it. And of course, you can go ahead and search for the dead internet theory or whatever it is that you're, searching for, either on YouTube or on Google, and post all of them here. So you can add your own links, your own files, YouTube videos from your drive or copied text, all of that in here, and you'll go ahead and use them as sources and create a whole notebook for you. So let's go ahead and add some. All right, so here I have a bunch of different options, right? Some of them don't work because, the websites are down or not. But yeah, we got a bunch of different ones over here. All these are about dead internet theory. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and compile a list. What I'll do is I'll open up a sticky note and I'll just, copy all these links. So I'll also use Wiki as well as an example. So here we go. So what I'll do is copy the link, paste that there, copy the link, paste that there, copy the link. Also on Reddit, we'll search for dead internet theory, all those stuff, add some more files there as well. So give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to compile all these sources together and we'll go ahead and move on. All right, so here we go. So I added all the links over here and I also, did everything. Next is going to go ahead and create for you. And I'll also, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and type in what I wanted. So here I'll type in what I was typing, right? So everything like that, I want to go ahead and add it over here, and I'll do deep search, and I'll also tell it to go ahead and find more sources if you can find some better sources than I have presented. And then what we'll do is we'll let it rip. So I'll use all of these sources. Okay, so some of these, they're behind paywalls. We're gonna have to remove them, remove all failed sources. There you go. And yeah, I think this is good. And then we hit the next button, right? Now it's gonna go ahead and plan. So we got to stay on this page, give it a couple of seconds and we should be good to go. So this is like information about what it is. And you can see right here, the dead internet theory is an increasingly popular concept, suggesting that the very vast majority of the online activity is driven by artificial intelligence. So it used to be around like 50%, but recently I've heard some news about it on Twitter and read some articles that suggest that it could be more. It could be like 70 and 80%. Which is insane if you think about it. So let's see what it gives us. All right, so it's done everything. Deep research is completed and we can import everything. So it's got 20 sources. That's the name of this one, The Synthetic Horizon, a comprehensive analysis of the dead internet theory, algorithmic curation, and the erosion of the digital public sphere. Pretty cool. We can go ahead and import it into our notebook, and you can see right here all the links that it found. It's going ahead and importing them. If some of them are not, good, it'll automatically go ahead and create, delete them. So how it works is you put the sources in, right? You put all the sources over here, link everything. It's going to use those sources to basically you create your own chat box over here. Then you can ask a question, right? You can save the notes. How do AI accounts on Facebook and Twitter manipulate the public opinion? Explain why image like Shrimp Jesus are considered sign of internet rot, right? So we can ask it questions like this. So it's going to go ahead and import some of these sources. There we go. All of them are important. It's changed the name, everything. So let's go ahead and ask it a few questions. So let's see. How does the AI account on Facebook and Twitter manipulate public opinion? All right. It's going to check our uploads, right? Assess everything, find all the solutions and the theories from the sources, and it's going to give us all the answers, and it's going to link those sources as well so we can go ahead and read them for ourselves. So here you go. The feedback loop. When bot networks flood a post with artificial engagement, they triggered the platform's recommendation algorithm to prioritize that content, making it appear more significant or popular than it actually is. That is one of the reasons why we see a lot of memes right now with brain art memes that people are, creating about very, very horrifying stuff, very, very, like awful stuff that happened, but because people are now making memes of it, right? There's like the whole conspiracy theory about it, that the intelligence agencies around the world create these memes so that, we as the public, when we see them, we don't actually feel bad about them. We remember the memes, they basically make funnying it up. So we don't actually look at them and, feel that that is horrible, but in actuality they are. But they're basically, what's the word that I'm looking for? They're making us get used to it. They're dumbing us down so that we don't, get enraged or ask questions about it. So, you probably must have seen a lot of memes on a bunch of controversial stuff that happened in the past couple of years. So you can see right here, narrative control. On Twitter, bot network often uses coordinated talking points to attack opponent for silence dissent, creating an illusion of majority opinion that pressures real users to confirm. So peer pressuring is also happening over here. The inversion, this creates an environment where synthetic signals dictate what humans see, effectively bearing authentic human discourse under tidal wave of AI generated content. All right. So it's pretty cool. We can go ahead and ask it questions from all the sources, and it's going to give us all those sources. All right. Explain why image like shrimp Jesus are considered sign of internet rot. All right. Let's go ahead and ask them that. And here we go. We got our answers. So you can see right here, vicious cycle of artificial engagement. Of course, one of the clear sign of rot associates with these images in the artificial engagement they generate. Bots interacting with bots. Many of those thousands of comments, such as amen on these posts, are generated by other AI agents rather than people, which is, pretty cool. Now, if I were to ask it, what percentage is the dead internet theory, right? Something like that. Go ahead and ask it. So let's see what we have. All right, so here we go. So we can see right here, so most of the recent data, automated traffic activity is 51 of all web traffic, right, are bots. So other studies suggest that 40 to 60% of total web traffic. Some futures predict that if AI content creation scales fully, 99 to 99.9% of all, that could be AI. That is insane. I'm not going to lie. So here, Twitter, we can see sources say that 64% of accounts may be bots, and at a peak time, 76% of all traffic is attributed to automation. So that's quite a lot. But yeah, so we can see it becomes your own personal chat box for research purposes. You can ask questions, whatever. So let's go ahead and create some slides. So here we go. We have slides over here. We're going to click on this pen tool to create slides. Here we want a detailed deck, a comprehensive deck with full text and detail, perfect for emailing or reading on its own. We want presenter slides over here, right? Length over here, default. All right. This is add a high level outline guide over here. Create a deck. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's already what it is. Let's go ahead and generate. Okay, so we have the slides over here. It's as simple as that. Now let me go ahead and open this up in a bigger tab. Oh, it's accidentally closed them up. Let's go ahead and open them up. So here we go. So dead internet theory. Are we shouting into the void? So you can see the illustrations are pretty cool. Here you can see feedback loop, bots talking to bots. Humans are just spectators. We got all these different options available over here. Old internet, dead internet. We got all bots. The takeover, we can see humans are going down, bots are going up. The tipping point, 50%. All right, the illusion of affinity, and yeah, everything looks good. So we can see these are all pretty cool talking points. And yeah, we could have asked it to actually go ahead and give us more options, but this is actually pretty good. Synthetic reflection, human flaws. You can see right here, flaws are the new luxury. So it actually looks pretty good. And we can go ahead and download the entire playlist, or actually the entire PDF file over here. And yeah, we can present it as a presentation as well, which is pretty cool. So I think this is amazing. Everyone should try it, especially for students or researchers, or that are trying to do research or trying to complete something or whatever, But yeah, it's as simple as that. We can also get infographics. We can also get a table, quiz, flashcards, or we can get a report. We can also turn this entire thing into an audio as well. We can see over here, generate an audio. We can get long, focus on what we want. We want to deep dive into it, critique it, debate it, whatever. So it's pretty cool. Definitely check it out. So it's as simple as that. So there you go. That's how you can create your own presentation slides in NotebookLM. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, take care and goodbye.